The year is 2006. A 16-year-old boy is preparing for his 10th board examinations. He lives in a 650 square feet house with 4 families. His family of 5 lives in 10 by 12 feet, the size of the podium I'm standing here, with 5 members, the same room which acts as a puja room, a bedroom, a study room, a drawing room, all on the size of the podium. He comes from Jamalpur, a small town in the state of Bihar, a part of the country where every children either wants to become an engineer or a doctor, and the better off, an IAS. His family, his parents, are the most educated in the family tree. They put him into the best school in the town, Notre Dame Academy. The school known for, if you speak in Hindi, you get penalized. Long were the days in Bihar where it was all real and raw, and there was this school which penalized to speak in Hindi. He was never a topper in the class, but among the topper students, in 5th grade, he got double promoted, moved to 7th grade. His apparent seniors became his peers. He tried to fit in. He tried to gel with the seniors. He got bullied. He got bullied for 4 full years. He tried to fit in again. Never did he know that you never cannot adjust with a bully. You only learn that when you grow up. Going back to the exams, the guy gave the exams. The results came out May 2006. He was not in the top 10 in the list. He was not even by far top 10 in the batch. He did not know what to do next. He applied for several schools, did not get admission because not securing more than 90% in a state like Bihar, where you had a lot of academic excellence, you may not get the best school. He did not have any clue what to do next because the best car he had seen in this town was Maruti 800. The biggest house he had seen was a 2-floor pakka house. He used to travel with his family of 5 in a bike, CD100. I'm not sure a lot of you listening to this talk online or sitting here would know. His ideas came off, maybe should prepare for some jobs in Indian Railways. Maybe prepare for clerical exams in the bank. Did not have a mentor to talk to. The guy was completely taken aback, had thoughts of suicide, did not know what is there for life for him. He did not dare to dream. He did not know what's next. This is where he was fortunate enough to get admission into the 3rd list of Kendriya Vidyalaya. He somehow got in. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the birth of a rebel. The rebel I'm talking about is the person standing in front of you. My name is Abhijeet Anand. I'm the founder and CEO of abCoffee. abCoffee is India's first tech-enabled grab-and-go specialty coffee chain to make India's finest coffee accessible and affordable for the masses of the country, for all of the country. But I'll come to this later. Going back, 2006, I got into Kendriya Vidyalaya. For the first time ever, I was seeing a light because that was real. Here, I was speaking Hindi. It was again the real life of what existed in India. 11th standard, for the very first time in 14 years of my educational career, I topped the class. This, ladies and gentlemen, was the pivotal point in my life because this is where somebody challenged me to say, Abhijeet, this happened. Next year, I guarantee you cannot do it. You're not meant to be the topper in class in 12th standard. Something happened. A fire started within me, and I felt there is somebody challenging me on my face. There was fire, there was ignition, there was drive, there was ambition, and I took it to heart. 2008, I was the topper, not in the school, also in the town, scored 99 percentile in chemistry, was all India highest in the country, and ended up on the large school board in Kendriya Vidyalaya. My aspirations, my drive was boiling high. But life, as they say it, had its own lessons. I didn't get into IIT, which I was aspiring to be. I got into a Bihar engineering college that year. I had submitted the documents. I went to submit the fees But life changed again. I went there to submit the fees for the documents that was already submitted. But rather than submitting the fees, I took the documents back because I stepped on a rangoli which was there. And as I stepped on rangoli, I started looking everywhere that if somebody was seeing me, just to be said that I did not get caught by somebody. I destroyed the rangoli. And my eyes going onto the notice board, looking that the rangoli was made for somebody from an IIT coming to give a guest lecture in that college, that changed me. And rather than sending the fees, I took the documents back without telling my parents, went back to Patna, which is the state capital of Bihar. No clue what to do next. Waiting on life to give an answer. And as life always does, gave an answer. I got a call from a coaching institution, IIT entrance exam coaching institution, that you are getting 100% scholarship for hostel and fees. I accepted it. Prepared for 14, 16 hours a day. The single goal in mind that I told every single day that, Abhijeet, the only thing that is between you and success is to get into that college. Didn't exactly know what will happen next. Did that, went into, qualified 2009, qualified IIT entrance examination, got into Indian School of Mines and Bath, which is now known as IIT ISM Dhanbad. Got into petroleum engineering. A lot of people tell me that you go to IIT or to some premium colleges, great colleges, because you get great education. I don't think so. I think you go to these colleges because you work with the sharpest, the brightest, the best minds of the world. And the people you work with, the people you are around with is actually what shapes you. Abhijeet standing here today is a testament to what I was exposed to in those 4 years in IIT ISM Dhanbad. In 4 years, from being a nobody, I was a PR, I was a CR, I was a student leader. I was the first ever student in the history of IIT ISM Dhanbad to represent college in 2 international conferences, all sponsored. I was the first person to be placed in the campus, got a pre-placement offer from a largest MNC, a job that everybody dreamt of, walked out of college at 24 lakhs LPA. My life thought it's all sorted. I had never seen that much of money in my life. My family never had seen that much of money in my life. I was the first engineer in the family. I was the first IITian in the family. And I walked out with the first person to be getting a package of that sort in the campus. The life seemed brilliant. I come out of that. I joined that multinational company. In 8.5 years that I worked there, I traveled 22 countries, worked in 3 countries, 6 cities, changed jobs 6 times in the same company, got promoted 7 times in just 8 years. I was the highest flying person, one of the highest flying person in that company. Got 2 international awards, the highest in the energy industry, the first for Asian ever, International Young Professional Award and International Public Service Award. I did my diploma in law. I did my master's in political marketing from Rome Business School, Italy. Life seemed sorted. But then in between, just like 2006 was the first kick in my life, there was 2015 when I got an existential crisis. I said, everything is in line. What's happening? Now I have money. I have moved out from that phase when I have now family, I have a house for my family, I have a car, I have money in the bank. What am I chasing? I again lost that drive. What am I chasing? As life again did to me, and this is where the second kick in life comes through. I was in Assam. I was posted in a remote location management job. Assam, which I absolutely love, and I still call the second home for myself. After being there for some years, for some months, figuring out and streamlining my life, I went back to the drawing board with a pen and started writing, who is Abhijeet? What does he want in his life? What is next for this man? Because I am not enjoying this entire race that I am already been subjected to. Because I was in a perfect template. I studied well, I got in a good college, I got a good job, I got a car, I got a house. The only 2 things left was get married and have kids. And my life said, it's too comfortable. This is not me. I really cannot live in this template. And then this is where the genesis of a new form, as I call it, the kick 2 happened. I realized from here, if I want to make an impact, I need to be making impact to the lives of people. And the only way I can do that is entrepreneurship. 2016 was the year when I wrote the plan until 2047, worked backwards to realize 2021 is the year when I have to start my own business. That was clear. How to do that? I had no clue. Fast forward 3 years, 2019, I moved to Romania for a role. The same company, different role. Romania is beautiful. I know a lot of people, it's one of the most understated Eastern European countries, and I absolutely love it. What amazing people, what amazing landscape, what amazing country. But what I really learned there was a group of 14 individuals from 12 different nations, all handpicked for a special project to be located in Romania, working relentlessly. And what I learned was a group of high-performing individuals, a team, can do anything. I take that, come back to India in 2021 with one single mission: start a business of my own. This is where I'll go back to the story of coffee. Coffee hit me. In the month of February 2021, I spent 24,000 rupees because I drink thrice, 3 times a day, coffee. Same amount of money that I used to spend in Romania. I realized something is wrong. I realized that a cup of coffee in India was 300 rupees, the same price that I used to pay in Romania, the same price that I paid in New York. It just cannot be true. India is the 5th largest producer of coffee, 7th largest exporter of coffee in the world. There's so much of supply. Why is coffee so expensive? This is where the genesis of an idea came in. The kick that I got in 2016 was about to see a realization, to realize coffee in India was not a lifestyle product. It was a luxury product. Cafes will overcharge you because they have to make the business viable. People won't drink enough coffee because it's a chicken and egg problem, and there's not enough footfalls, so the prices remain high. This is the idea that came in, and the idea was simple: to build a network of small coffee outlets built on extreme operational efficiency and technology that can bring India's finest coffee at honest prices for Bharat, for all of India. Ladies and gentlemen, the cappuccino at abCoffee is 97 rupees, is specialty grade, one of the top graded coffees in the country. And the reason why it's 97 is because we built that operational business model to take it to Bharat. Today, abCoffee was launched in June 2022, and today we are 82 outlets across 4 cities, highest ranked coffee company in India, take off any coffee company that you can think of across all consumer channels, and the fastest coffee company to go to this scale ever in the history of India. And it's just starting. I am not telling you this because, and I'm not standing here because I'm telling you that I've arrived. It's because I dared to keep moving. I dared to dream. And among all of this that I've realized, from living in that 10 by 12 feet home that I called it my house, with 5 people in the same room where I've studied almost a decade of my life, to gifting a bungalow to my parents in 2019, to gifting an SUV to my parents in 2017, to achieving financial independence, and to today leading a team, a 400 plus member abCoffee team, and still growing, is that the bully did not win, is that I still thought of dreaming, is that there was a template that I found that you cannot subside to what we are subjected to. Because as they say, it's not about where you start. It's about where you dare to go. And this is how I classified life into 3 phases based on my learning. Learning 3 phases in life. The phases called as surviving, existing, and thriving. Survival phase is about the bread and butter. It's about food, water, shelter. You are either in a war zone or you're living in poverty. You're either struggled in your personal life or you're in depression. For you to get the day to end is the topmost priority. Dreams don't live here. Opportunities die. Hope is a blessing. Phase number 2 is existing. The largest of the 3 phases of life, where you can find a daily age earner to a billionaire. You can be born in it, you can come to this, and you can die in it. This is the phase where you live salary to salary. Comfort is most important. You work, but you don't know why you're working. You're doing some things, but you don't know why you're doing. Your societal validation is more important to your personal happiness. Your next social media update and the validation on it is more critical to what your heart says. You're not making an impact, but you think you're making an impact. You do 2 steps forwards and you go 4 steps backward. This is a life where comfort kills dreams. This is a life where routines make you mundane. The 3rd phase is thriving phase. Thriving is the phase, again, this could be a daily age earner to a billionaire. The shortest the smallest of the subgroups that you find in the three phases. People here live for impact. People here are happy. People here have a meaning. People here can be born and can go back to surviving, but people here can come from existing, surviving, to thriving. Because what you're doing is not just making an impact to your life, what you're doing is making an impact to the people around you. Because you know that love is the single most powerful thing in the world. That you know that you will never have enough in your life, but to give what you have is the real power of making an impact in this world. This is the phase, ladies and gentlemen, that actually gets you, ignites the inner power, the inner giant inside you. They say, it's impossible until it's done. That's very true. It's impossible until it's done. Somebody needs to start. Somebody needs to kick in. Somebody needs to take a risk. I have seen that. I have seen that phase going from survival to existing to thriving in the last 3 decades. There were 2 kicks in life that happened to me, the one in 2006, the other in 2016, and I realized these 2 kicks have defined me because I dared to dream. And ladies and gentlemen, I invite you today to think, which phase are you in? Are you existing? Are you surviving? Or are you thriving? You could be any. The choice is yours. And with this, I leave you with a thought. There is a giant within you. There is a spark within you. There is a lot of potential that you can create if you use that opportunity. I invite you to nurture it. I invite you to dare to make the giant inside you grow. I invite you to build a future that you actually envision for yourself. So don't think, just go out and make it happen. Thank you.